Okay, I'm live. How exciting. Uh, I have some work to do. And since I was going to be at the desk doing it, I thought, why not go live? This will be something fun to share with others. Maybe hopefully spread some Christmas spirit. So I have to wrap a couple of gifts. Did I grab the scissors? I've got the scissors. I'm not the best at wrapping. My hands do struggle a bit with a lot of different things, intricate things especially. So, yeah, I finished up getting the gifts I need to deliver, or what I needed for the gifts today. So I thought I'd show you what I got at the store today, and they've got all the Christmas stuff like on clearance already because I think they're worried about actually selling it. So I got some additional tissue paper because I'm gonna wrap up these gifts and put them all in a bag. So I like these different colors though. That I love tissue paper, but I liked these especially, like the black, gold, and white theme. Those would be nice to kind of bunch up and put in there. And I just dropped something I bought as well. So, well, anyway, let me set this. I want this up here too. This was the bag I got to put all the gifts in. I thought it was really lovely. Should be a good enough size, especially for everything. It's kind of medium sized, so, but I think everything will fit in there okay. Yeah, let's look. Oh, and I got some more Christmas cards. So I haven't done my Christmas cards yet this year, and I thought today also I'm gonna start writing them out. And you know what? I need to get some more stamps as well because I don't think I have enough stamps to mail out the ones I need to. So tomorrow I'll go back to the store and get some stamps. But yeah, I picked these ones up today. They were like a few bucks. And this was good because there's like 20 in this package. So it's nice to just hand people cards or like deliver them to the different shops you frequent. Store employees, maybe. I do have there's a couple people who work at my local grocery store that I'd like to give a card to. So I'll write them out a card. And then I had these for sending in the mail. But yeah, I don't have stamps. So anyway, but these are the cards I picked up this year. Important for me for it to say Merry Christmas. I found a lot of the cards available don't even say anything like that. So it's like, no, it's Christmas. It's Christmas. We're doing Christmas. What else did I get at the store? Oh, right. So yeah, today I went to the store just to, get the last minute things for wrapping up this gift because I have to have it ready tomorrow to go out. But yeah, I just dropped this coloring book that I picked up. Look what I found. Bible coloring. So I may do some of this tonight. Yeah, this looks like some nice things. There's like quotes and then quotes on the side and then a drawing kind of inspired by the quote. Oh, this is lovely. I'm going to enjoy this one. So yeah, anyway, got myself a present. Oh, look at that depiction of Jesus. That's pretty dope, I have to say. It's a very flowery Jesus holding a little lamb. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. How lovely. So yeah, I picked this up today. I was like, ooh. And it's funny because actually, keep this on the down low. I've gotten my friends coloring books as gifts this year. Oh, you know what? There's another Christian themed coloring book. I got this one for the kids at church, so I'm going to bring that in tomorrow and give to the woman who runs the kid church. This one's a little bit more simple. I feel like the other one was more adult. You know, I think this will be better for like younger kids. God rested because all his work was done. Oh, and there's Adam and Eve. Yeah, so I picked up, let's see, quite a bunch of different coloring books. So yeah, this one will be gifted to one of my friends, Creepy Kawaii. Very cute, very cute. And then there was this adorable monsters one I picked up. Oh, yeah, my angle isn't too good. I'm like, where's my camera? There we go. I mean, these will be fun for someone to color. And then there's a cottagecore one. So yeah, all of these were like under $10. So, and I thought, you know, these will make nice gifts for friends because how often do you get a coloring book? You know, I rarely think to buy myself a coloring book, and most of the ones for adults kind of suck. So I'm looking forward to wrapping these up, but you know, I realized I can't wrap up all the coloring books today because I need to like have labels. I don't have any labels to put on them, so I don't want to give people the wrong coloring book. So anyway, I mean, I could probably make some from what I have available in the house, but I don't know. So yeah, it's a smorgasbord of things here to do and wrap up. But yeah, at my church, there is this angel tree program we do where you pick a child off of the tree and then you buy gifts for them based on, you know, what their age is, what they're into, and you put this little sticker on them that, you know, is from their parent that is, or guardian that is incarcerated. So they don't get it from me. They'll be getting it as a gift from this one will be from her grandmother who's in prison. So it's a nice gesture, and it's, you know, I don't have any kids in my life really, so it feels nice to be able to, you know, get gifts for a child. So yeah, got to wrap them up though. Got to wrap them up to give to the kiddo. And I'm not good with wrapping, so we'll see how I do here. And of course, my desk is a mess, as usual. But yeah, I got her this, she's into sciencey things like gems and crystals. So I got this like dig kit. I guess you have to dig through some sort of brick to uncover a piece of pyrite. And I love pyrite, so it's kind of cool. And then I got her some paint. And I got her a jacket, which is wrapped up. I ordered it online. It's kind of wrapped up in plastic here, really tight, but it's a very cute rain jacket that is fleece, and it's a lovely purple with beautiful butterflies on it. So, because she likes butterflies. So, you know, we'll see. I'm excited to wrap it all up though and deliver it, and just, you know, I won't be there to see her open it, but just to know that it's going out to a kid that, you know, somewhere out there. Anyway. Oh my goodness. Lucky Sekhmet. Lucky Sekhmet. What are your views on homosexuality? My goodness. I think, homosexuality is messy. I don't know. I don't know why you're even asking me that, honestly. It's not for me. I mean, I don't think they've changed much, over the years. I still feel pretty much like I did, or I think, like I did back in the day. I never really fit in with the radical feminist. I mean, I did fit in with a certain segment of the radical feminists, but it was always like controversial, how I talked about it. And, so I still feel or think the same ways about it, but I also feel like it's not for me. Ronald's like my wild days. Indeed, they were wild days. We haven't even talked about that. Ronald's, we have not discussed that, but let me tell you. I mean, are you asking me because I'm just kind of curious, is it because I'm identified as a Christian now, so you want to know if I think it's a sin or something? I don't know, because it's not really about what I think, it's about what the word says. So, but I still have friends who are gay and lesbian. But for me, I definitely will not. I don't know how to describe it. I feel like maybe it's just too much to talk about, honestly. Because maybe I'm not ready to go there personally. It is kind of personal given my history. So yeah, I don't feel like I'm ready to even kind of talk about it that much. You're having coffee still, my goodness. I got goosebumps. You got goosebumps? Why did you get goosebumps? My goodness. Is it from the sound? You know what? This microphone, I was watching myself in the last live stream briefly where I was coloring in with marker, and it was this sound was really intense. Is that what's giving you goosebumps? I'm sure me cutting paper sounds very strong. Oh God, wish me luck with this, y'all. I'm not good at this. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, I'm not that good at it. And then also my hands don't work very well. So. But we're going to get it done. I felt like it was the right length. Maybe I was mistaken. No, I feel like it's the right length. Yeah, okay. We'll do it like this first. I had pizza with Dr. Pepper. Wow, pizza. You must be from New York eating pizza. There we go. I know what this paint is, or not this paint, this tape is double-sided. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, man. What did I have for lunch? Oh, I had some taquitos. Yeah, today was interesting. I got up, I went to the coffee shop, and then I went to the store to, get this last minute stuff. And then I came back and did some work because I am behind at work because I took, how many days off did I take? I took like 4 days off this past week. So it was not fun. Because, when I'm gone, no one's there to really do my work for me. So it can get pretty, it can get built up. And today I didn't really get much done, but I did get, some, I was like, oh yeah, I'll get like a lot of this stuff done. And I just was sitting there like not feeling it. And, I have to honor how I'm feeling. So I just was like, got done what I could. And then, because I got a lot to do, and this stuff kind of takes precedence, Yeah, I love pizza too. But I had pizza twice last week, so I'm on a pizza hiatus for a little bit. We'll see. Maybe I'll have some pizza within the next week. But what was I gonna say? I used to love frozen pizzas, but I was looking at them today and I was like, it just isn't what it used to be. Like, DiGiorno used to be the best ever. And I was looking at them and I was like, man, none of these look appealing at all. Sadly, like I'm not interested in the DiGiornos anymore. Although I did see that Tillamook has pizzas out now. So I'll probably be getting one of those eventually, within the next little bit. Definitely want to give them a try because who doesn't love Tillamook cheese? And I'm a terrible Oregonian because I've never gone to the Tillamook factory. Like I just haven't ever done that. I did go when I was in Tillamook because I've been to Tillamook a number of times, like the actual town. When I was there, I did go to another dairy that had a petting zoo. Okay, it's wrapped, y'all. It's wrapped. Oh, okay. So the first little gift is wrapped for the chili. Okay. Now this is probably enough to wrap this little box here. But so yeah, anyway, the point is I'm looking forward to giving that a try because that sounds delicious. Tillamook pizza, Tillamook frozen pizza. I mean, they couldn't possibly do it wrong, could they? I don't think they would. Or maybe this is a little too much. Oh, dang, I keep dropping it. Oof. But yeah, I've found like lately I've been very disappointed with like every frozen pizza I've had. Like thankfully I have a number of local places that have pizza. So, I don't really get frozen pizza very often. But it's nice to have one, just sometimes you just don't really want to cook and it's, a quick and kind of, filling meal. And But anyway. Ugh, I am not good with wrapping. Alfredos are the best in the UK pizza brand. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Alfredos. I mean, I was in the UK very briefly, so it's not like I ever got to try the frozen pizza. I do remember they had those little like Cadbury pots, though. They were like little pudding pots. Those were good. And we also, my friend and I, when we went to Tesco, we got these like liver pates, kind of like, I guess, in the sandwich section or something. Like, we don't have anything like that here that I've been able to find. Like, I would love to get some, just a little tub of pate to, have on a sandwich, because, it's full of vitamin K and like all this other stuff. So Americans aren't very good with eating their offal. Camel milk cheese. I haven't tried it, but I would try it. I love halloumi. Halloumi is so good. I haven't had halloumi on a pizza, though. That would be good. And sheep milk, but camel, I'd try it. I'd give it a try. Pots of joy. Yeah, that's what, and let me tell you, they were delicious. I was full of joy eating them. Where's the tape? Okay. So, yeah. But Tillamook, like I said, Tillamook has expanded into the frozen pizza market, and I am looking forward to seeing how they are eventually. So, oh man. Is that well cut? I don't know. Yeah. I remember watching the show An Idiot Abroad. I love that. It's so funny and totally relatable to me because, yeah. I can see you feeling exactly many of the ways that Carl feels on his adventures, because a lot of his adventures, like, I would be miserable. But there was one where he went and he stayed with some Bedouins when he was on the way to Petra through the desert, and they had him riding on a camel, and like this poor camel broke down, like didn't want to like go anymore, and it was just like wailing and hollering, and he's like, my camel broke down, can I get in the truck? And they were like trying to have him wait to get on another camel, and he was like, I'm not getting on the camel, I'm not getting on the camel, I'm not getting on the camel, I'm not getting on the camel. Like, he was done. So I don't know. And then when they finally got to the Bedouin like camp, they served him camel. Like, he'd been riding on a camel all day, and they served him this like camel and head. They had a head, and it was like cooked in camel's milk, and he was just like trying not to throw up, just like looking at it. I was just like, oh man, these people slaughtered one of their camels for you, and like, oh man, and they wanted to give him the eyeball, like have him eat the eyeball, which is like considered a delicacy. And I was just like, oh dude, this is grim. And obviously they're a culture where like men and women eat separately, and men are not to look upon women that they aren't, married to, and he's like, well, what if I go use the bathroom and I see your wife coming out? And he's like, well, if it's an accident, it's okay. And he's like, oh, okay. Okay, second gift wrapped. Okay. Hey, I'm not doing so bad. Not doing so bad for someone who does not enjoy wrapping presents. I wonder what this thing, like, I don't know. I know that if I take it out of this thing, then then maybe I can cut off a little bit of the top here just to make it smaller. I don't know. I see someone else has a question for me, so give me a sec. But yeah, Carl Pilkington is very relatable in that program. I definitely could not do some of his journeys. I like that the only time he really enjoyed visiting another country was when he went to Mexico. Like, I thought that he had loved Mexico. He had a great time in Mexico. But everything else, he was miserable. Like, especially like India and China. India especially, like, I've never wanted to go to India. India is like this, people dream of going to India, and I've always been like, it looks really sketchy. Like, don't get me wrong, there's so many cool things to see, but unless you are like very in shape and like very healthy, even then I feel like you would have a rough time of it. I don't know. It does not appeal. Oh man, this is a lot. Dang, Em. Merry Christmas to you too. All right, give me a second to answer all this. That's a lot. And I'm going to take it off the screen. But okay, let's see. Where do I consider myself? Oh, dang it, it's not showing. Where do I consider myself class-wise these days? I would consider myself middle class. And do class politics still inform your worldview? They do to a certain degree, yeah. I think class is one of the neglected features of our world that is generally ignored by most people. And it really informs most people's day-to-day life more than anything else, which is why it is important to kind of have a class analysis, because class is more important than your race. I mean, in America, we are very race obsessed, but, you know, there is a Black bourgeoisie. There are Black, middle class, upper middle class. And let me tell you, those people don't want to mix with, like, poor white trash people. All right. Like, let's be clear. It isn't about race as much, in terms of the kind of life you're going to have. So, yeah, I think class is still important. Has Christianity changed how I contextualize class dynamics? In some ways, like, I'm a lot less. I don't think it's Christianity as such. I mean, I think that's part of it. But I've done a lot of work myself too for coming back to the Lord to kind of reconcile some of this in my own mind. I do think one thing that I've taken from Christianity is that I need to have more respect for people in leadership, people who are raised high, people who are like in positions of leadership in the country. They're put there for a reason, and they're put there by God. And it's not that I believe that, that means I have to agree with everything, but I am to have a level of respect for their office, and I am to have a level of respect for their position, I think. I don't resent people who come from wealth either. Like, I don't think that was just Christianity that did that for me. I think that was work I was doing on my own. Ultimately, I think that kind of worldview is really, I never really resented people who came from wealth. Maybe to a certain degree, I felt like, I had trouble relating to them or understanding them. And some of them I still do, but I realized a lot of that, people can't help where they come from. I can't help what class I was born into as well. I can't help the circumstance I was born into. And I, like all people, should be judged by my character. And that's ultimately, it's always been the thing that I judge people by primarily, regardless of what your background is, what your nationality is, what race you are, what socioeconomic position you hold. Who are you really? How do you conduct yourself? What does your integrity look like? I think these things are far more important, in terms of judging individuals than anything else. A lot of people believe that by virtue of somehow being oppressed, that makes people good. And I think in reality, it often doesn't. Unless the person has overcome, oftentimes people who are disadvantaged have a chip on their shoulder in some way. And I think what I've learned in my life is that, I can't help the circumstances of my birth. Nobody else can. But I can help who I am and what I'm doing with what I have. So for me, it's just does this person make the best use of the resources they've been given? Because let me tell you, I've met so many people who come from upper middle class backgrounds who suck. They just suck. They're a waste on they piss away every advantage that they've been given. And I look at them and I just think especially back in the day when I would deal with these people, I'd be like, man, you've been given every advantage in life possible, and you're still I don't know. To me, I think people who are born in positions of privilege have a responsibility to be good stewards of what they've been given. So if you were born into a family that has generational wealth, you should be a good steward of that. Not only that, but you should, be dedicated to, good causes in your free time, causes that uplift others. And I don't mean just because you're in a position of privilege that, you owe everyone everything, but there is a sense, there's this concept of noblesse oblige, right? You have an obligation when you are in a position of privilege to extend grace and give to others. It's part of the deal. And I found, oftentimes with the children of privilege, because they haven't, had to go without or earn anything, sometimes they can become very rotten and spoiled. And so I don't like dealing with people like that. I think if one comes from that sort of background, one has an obligation to conduct themselves properly, not only for their family's sake, because, it's a part of it too. Like a lot of them I've met, are in rebellion against their parents. They thumb their nose at the advantages they've been given, and it's shameful, honestly. So, yeah, I think ultimately, again, people should be judged by their character, and that's it. And people of good character come from all classes, as well as, you can find a person of good character from the very bottom, and you can find a person of totally corrupt moral character from the top. And you know what? Vice versa, because there's plenty of people who are at the bottom who are, not good people, who are very corrupt in their own spirit, and who are entitled, and who, don't have any desire to do better for themselves. I can't handle people like that either. To me, we should always be trying to improve ourselves. What is the purpose of life if we're not advancing and improving ourselves? What are we doing? If we're not improving ourselves and giving back, serving our communities positively, what are we doing? We're wasting the gift of life we've been given. And that's something that people of all classes and all backgrounds have a responsibility to do. So that's how I feel about that. Long-winded, I'm sure. But I think too, a big aspect of Christianity is that we are all equal before God, and we will all be judged according to that character. God looks at our hearts, not, what we've accomplished or, any of that. It's all about your heart. And so, too, I think ultimately that's how we must be. Okay. Whew, I can't believe I wrapped these. Okay, let me put a bow on this one. Oh, God, oh, God. Oh, Dee Dee. Hey, thank you. Thank you for the wonderful gift. I appreciate that very much. I am humbly honored by your generous gift of $19.99, baby. Are these some... Excuse me. Ron is talking about reading Revelation together will be awesome. Ron and I have started doing Bible study together, which has been such a blessing because, we have a sermon-based Bible study at my church, but we don't really read the Bible. We just read like a couple of passages and then talk about them. But what we're doing is like reading very big chunks of it. So it's been a blessing. Okay, y'all, I did okay. I hope this sweet girl loves the gifts that she gets from me. Okay, let's see. Now to now I've got to put her little angel on it. This is a 12-year-old girl. Oof. Oh, dang. Where's the scissors? I forgot the piece of yarn in between here. Want to get that out. Okay. I I love Christmas. Okay, so yeah, this wrapping paper, let's put some of this gorgeous wrapping paper in it. You know what I love? I mean, speaking of Revelation, I shared with you the music of Esther, the Malaysian singer. She has this, I don't know, it was like my most listened to song on Spotify the last year. It was her singing of Revelation 21, I think 3 through 8. And it's very beautiful. So that's been something that's been with me a lot this year, that particular passage. I probably repeat it. It's behold, the tabernacle of God is with man. He will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. God himself will be with them and be their God. And God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death, nor sorrow, nor crying. There will be no more pain, for the former things have passed away. Then he who sat on the throne said, behold, I make all things new. But you imagine her singing of it is very beautiful, because it's like, it's so much deeper. But I love that. I make all things new. It's just God's promise to us that we will be made new. And he does. I've been made new. And I'm very grateful for it. And it just makes me think, like, what wonders there could be to come. If I've been made new here and now, like, what greater works is there to be done in me? It's beautiful. I'm in trouble folding this piece back up. It's isn't it nice? Okay, so we did one of the gold pieces, and then we're going to do one of the black pieces. Black piece of paper. Ooh, more of it came out. I think that's probably good. Oof. Oh my goodness, y'all. I don't know how I'm gonna fold this tissue paper back up. It's not exactly smooth. It's reminding me of like watching my dad wrapping presents. He did pretty well. You know, he did very well wrapping presents, I have to say. He was always very good at it. I'm not the best, but I'm so happy. I'm so happy that that's done. Okay, so next task is the Christmas cards. So yeah, like I said, I'll show them again. I picked these up today. They were on sale. There's 20 in here. So, and it was like $3. And then these were the ones I originally got. So I do need to make a list, don't I, of people that are going to get a Christmas card from me. I think that's probably the best idea here. I'm looking for like a scrap piece of paper. I don't know if I want to get my journal out and write them all down, but We will see. Let me see. Yeah, I don't really have anything handy, so I might as well just grab the journal. One moment, y'all. It's over here. Okay, so that is good. It wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad wrapping them, was it? There we go. Okay. I'm going to have to get a new planner. 2023 is almost over. No. And then my birthday is coming up too, so I have to plan for that. We got to get a new planner. That's usually my gift to myself for my birthday, is usually a new planner. And this year I want to get a neon light. I've already got it all planned out. You know how some YouTubers have the like neon light? So I'm going to get one for myself and have it here in the background. Won't that be nice? Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, it's Hanukkah. Let's see. Do I have Tuesday? I do have Tuesday off. Yes. I don't have to work on Tuesday. That's so exciting. Okay. All right, so let's see. Let's see, to mail. So let me do my mailing first. I want to do, let's see, Aunt Jenny, Uncle Clay, Grandpa, Aunt Jeanette, Cousin Bonnie. I'll do one for my mom's house, Mom, Mike, and then my brothers, Shay and Todd. Let's see. Who else do I want to mail to? Is there anyone else? Oh, Daryl. My cousin Daryl. So it's not too many. Okay. Is there anyone else to mail to? Maybe Milo. Milo would be nice because I have her address. I'll send one to Milo. Okay. And then there's the in-person cards. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 folks that I'll get sent a card in the mail. And then in person. So I'm thinking, okay, in person. Okay, so we have, let's see. I want to, yeah, let me get the 2 people at Safeway. There's Clarence and then Christopher. And then there's my local coffee shop, Cafe. Well, I'm not going to put the name, but I don't really know any of the employees, but I just want to give them a card saying thank you for their service. Let's see. And then there's people at church. So I think first off, there's Neil, then Norm, 6, Cynthia, oh, who else? Rosa, definitely Rosa gets a card. Rosa. I should do one for Trudy. And Mark too. Okay. There's so many people. We'll maybe do one for Iris. Yeah, that'd be nice. Oh, okay, we're going here. The chat's going. Childlike faith. Yep. Indeed. I definitely have that. I need to ask God for miracles, and if we see it, how will that change you? Even demons show signs, but you know 100% it was Jesus through our prayers. Definitely not like Pentecostal. What about the Pentecostals? I don't know. I've had people, pray for me, and then I've had my symptoms alleviate for a while, I was having real trouble with my hands a while back, and then, people said prayer on me in church, and I felt the Holy Spirit just like come over me and lift a lot of the pain. It was a beautiful experience. There are different versions of Pentecostals. Indeed, there are. There's many. When God does a miracle, it's for His purpose and His time, for His glory. That's so true. Indeed, yeah, there are different kinds of Pentecostals. I was talking with my friend yesterday. I hadn't talked to him in a while. He grew up Pentecostal, and his I guess his grandmother was a pastor or something in the church. But he's been without a church, and he went to visit his mother in Mexico, and recently, they attended church together, and it was such a beautiful experience. Like, he was sobbing, and I was telling him kind of about the work I've been doing in my church, and I've been pretty active recently. Obviously that was part of my intention with joining the church was to be active, but lately it's been more than usual. But he was just asking me about it, and we were talking about it, and we praying for him to find a church, because it's important. It really is. It really centers your life. Having that routine of once a week going in assembly with others to worship and praise the Lord, and it strengthens other people in their faith as well, to see you there. It's so encouraging, it's just encouraging. And that's, if you can't do anything else, that's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. I'm trying to get these out of here. Come on, gravity. Okay, it's working. Okay, yeah, these are nice little cards. They just say Merry Christmas. They're a good small size, so you can put a lot of them in, and they're blank, so you can read a message. And then I love this color. So, okay, let's get started on the list, and I'm sure there will be more people too. Oh, you know what? I should include some of the pastors too. Yeah, I should do. Let's see, Sam, 12, Anthony, 13, Matt. And actually, I should do one for Lisa, his wife, too, because just to thank her for having me last week. Okay. Whew. And maybe I should do the church ones first, because Well, I don't know. I will be going to Safeway tomorrow. We'll see. I don't think, though, that I'll see Clarence because he usually works later in the day. So, well, let's do Christopher. Thank you so much. For your kind and thoughtful service. I hope this season brings you joy and peace. Terri. Okay. All right. And, one day I'll be making that big money so I can give these people gift cards. That'll be the real deal when I get to that level. Okay, so there's Christopher. Let's see. And I'm going to Cafe Umbria tomorrow, so Umbria. Let's do this. Thank you all for such great quality and service. I hope this season brings you joy and delight. Okay. Oh, goodness. Okay, let's see. Who's next? Neil. What is this? I enjoy reading the Bible through and through, over and over. Yeah, I know you do. I have a huge ego. He has a huge ego, he says. Yes, okay. Huge ego. I prefer to boast most about what God has done in my life rather than look arrogant about whatever appears to have value. And then Dee Dee's asking him what he does for a living, and he's like, depends. He does many things. Or he has done many things, and he will do. Yeah. Yeah, Dee Dee's very friendly. You should get to know Dee Dee. She's wonderful. Would anybody like to join me Is anyone available to join me? I'll post a link if you want. I didn't even think about that because I'm here like doing stuff. But yeah, Dee Dee's a great artist. She has a great channel actually. If anybody's watching, like I highly recommend going to subscribe to Dee Dee because she does these incredible lives Monday and Wednesday. Early, like she's going usually when I get up on those days because she's a few hours ahead. But if anybody wants to join me, yeah, I'll post the link. Well, that's okay. You don't have to join, but I just thought of it because I remember you came on once before. So, or maybe you didn't. No, you came on with Adam that one time. That's right, on Adam's thing. I wish Adam would go live. I miss his live streams. He's been kind of quiet lately. I wonder. Oh, Adam Laura, where are you? But yeah, people go subscribe to Dee Dee because she's like amazing and her lives are great and they're like people are really friendly there too. Like in your chat, they're always talking to one another. I kind of get like intimidated sometimes. Like I'll show up and then people will be like, hey Terry, hey Terry, hey Terry. I'm like, oh, I can't keep up. Like I just got up, y'all. I'm still making my coffee, you know? Tomorrow is just another word for adventure. Definitely in my case, look at all these cards I'm writing. Okay, so I got to write one to my dear friend Neil. Neil is one of my friends at church. Okay, Neil. Feel free to join in. Oh my! I mean, I do to a certain extent, but it's like it's a rough time of day for me. They are very friendly, though. They are very friendly. Like people are chatting to one another. It's a great little community you've set up. You know. Okay, so let's see. I thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your friendship. It means so much. It means so much. So much. I hope your Christmas season is blessed and full of joy. Church, the original art installation piece. And you know what? They are beautiful, depending. Some people's churches aren't so great, but or I don't want to say some people's churches, you know, some people aren't into the whole beauty of it, but you know, okay, so one for Neil. All right, then Norm. Oh, I almost got out of here. That would have been bad. Ron will not give a cover letter. Y'all are so funny. Oh yeah, I love stained glass windows. Thank you for Thank you for your kindness. Kindness and witty banter. And witty banter I enjoy. Thank you for your kindness and witty banter. I have this season. Let's see that always that always delights. Okay, that always delights. I have this season. I hope this season lifts your spirit. Lifts your spirit. The season uplifts your spirit and brings you much joy. I need music. I need music. I mean, I guess I could put on something. Other people can join me. You know, I posted the link. I need somebody doing crafts with me. That's what are doing their cards with me. I guess I could put on one of those like playlists of what is it? Royalty-free music, or I have to be careful with music, you know, on the stream because then YouTube tends to be nasty with me. And I don't like when YouTube is nasty with me. Okay, Cynthia. Cynthia gets a card. Well, let me see if I can find one of those lo-fi. Okay, this sounds nice. Let me get out of here. There we go. I'll put it on in the background. That way it's festive. Oh, You know, I gotta send a card to Tony as well. It's cute. I'm loving it. Yeah, it's a little white cat. That's not like what we have going on here at this house. We have a black cat in this house. But he does have some white spots. I'll pour it briefly. Oh, this one is being difficult. Later, when you see turkey, later, you go. Okay, Rosa. Bye. Ron's leaving. I'm glad we made his tummy feel better. Okay. And heaven and nature. Oh man, he's doing this so well, and now they're getting all like, oh my. Look at all these One of the hello Christmas cards. There's more to go. Yeah, Ron did have a good idea with us putting on the music, didn't he? I wish you were very happy. Yeah, it helps you get into the spirit. I don't think I'm going to do all my cards tonight, but at least a good portion of them. Ha ha ha. Oh, that one went in well. Oh, it's upside down. Oh no. She'll figure it out. Okay, let's see. Oh, Mark. Oh, that's a hard one. I have a little crush on him. You gotta be careful. Oh, so it's supposed to be this way, but I wrote her name upside down because I had it like this. I'm just gonna hand it to her, like that. She'll figure it out. But it's supposed to be this way. So her name's upside down. I'm sure she won't notice. Oh, I don't know what to say to this. Something heartfelt, right? Thank you for leading us. Our spirits and song. Song and always being kind to me. What did it seem like? Right. I hope it doesn't snow here for Christmas though, like it is in the it snowed here last Christmas and I didn't enjoy it. It was hard. I almost didn't make it to church. Thankfully it melted enough, but it was slushy and it was a little bit hairy. I plowed through and I got myself to church. So I don't want that again this year. Although, you know what? It probably wouldn't be so bad this year because Christmas will be on the 25th. But see, it snowed on the 24th, so last year. So I'm just hoping if it does snow, it'll be on Christmas Day, not the day before. No, I know. I couldn't, I swear, I tried to, cross the street. I couldn't do it during last year when the snow fell. I could not leave my little, and I was watching the neighbor's dog, so I had to take him out on little walks. Thankfully he's old and tiny, so he could only walk around the periphery anyway, and they salt this whole block because of the businesses on it, so we're okay. I can get around the block, but I couldn't cross the street at all. It was impossible. I was just I did try to go out a little bit and then I got stuck and then people were trying to come help me. I got out, but it was scary. I'm I don't want to go to that again. Now I just know if it snows then I'm stuck. Deep in heavenly peace. Okay. All right, so Iris next. Miss Iris. Iris? Okay. Thank you for being here. Your voice and presence. That's sweet. La 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 la. La 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 la. Gay apparel. All right, Sam. No, it's just me. I'm like, what? La 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 la. Ugh, my hands are getting tired. Okay, let's see. I've got Anthony. I don't know, but I'll probably see him on Tuesday so I can. It's all by design. Isn't it meant? Well, this is hard. Let me think. I'm almost done with the ones I have to hand out in person. I'm gonna have to bring a purse. I've been getting away with just having my little wristlet lately, but no, this is purse season. Okay, let's see. Lisa. Oh, let's do your name first, Chan. Festive. We have 7 viewers. Say hi, y'all. I'm doing my Christmas cards. And feel free to join me with whatever Christmas activities you need to do. I started with some wrapping and I'm doing some cards. Oh, I almost forgot Pastor Peter. Probably him too. Anyone coming in? Yeah, Dee Dee's saying hi to y'all too. Okay, we scared a few of them off. Okay, good. Okay, let's see. Oh, I didn't do Clarence, so I should do him too. I found out Clarence, he had his name tag the other week, and it said Claire Bear. And I was like, you're a bear too? Because I'm a bear. I was like, no wonder we get along so well. You're a Claire Bear, I'm a Terre Bear. Like, who knew? This thing is so cute. I was just like, I love the bear. The bear totem is strong. And it's just so funny when you meet someone and you realize, oh, you have the same totem. Thank you for always chatting. With me and being so positive. Positive. I hope you're What's my seasons? Oh, okay. I'm sure I've forgotten many people. But I still have 6 more cards. Or I said there were 20. And that should be 14 now that I've done. And luckily I've got a few more weeks to get them done. So yeah. Look at that. I think I'm going to skip doing the other ones for now because this is just done. I want to make sure I have my stamps before I get those started. It might be good to start it now, but I don't know. The other playmates time for them. Yeah, it's going to be. I will wait on this. I think that's the best option. So yeah, let's look at this. Now let's look at this coloring book I got, huh? Find what I'm going to color. Oh, thank you for the encouragement. Okay, so yeah, I got this Bible coloring book picked up today at the store. So go through and see what we have and what I'm going to color. Oh, that's my favorite song. It's my favorite song, Psalm 85. I got it here. For the Lord God is a sun and shield, the Lord bestows favor and honor. No good book is withhold from those who walk. But I don't really like that drawing. You ever seen the lyrics to Bob Dylan's Changing of the Guards? Was it muffling my voice? Okay. Well, let me pause the music since I'm going to be talking for a little bit. No, I don't. I can't say that I'm familiar with it. It's not popping to mind. Do I have my phone handy? I don't have my phone handy to look it up. I mean, I could dig it up on my computer, but I'm not going to. Where's my phone? Oh, it's over there. It's on my scooter. Big use of tarot imagery. Oof. There's a lot of stained glass in here. No, I can't say I'm familiar with it, but it sounds interesting. I will check it out. Somebody brought it up, I think, recently. I don't know if it was you. Oh, I like this one. It's like, I don't think I want to do it yet, but that's going to be fun. Like, just pick the right colors and go to town. I like how those turn out. A lot of stained glass type of. That's a maybe, that one. Oh. I do love that Psalm 23. But I don't know, the drawing's not so great. Oh, look at this beautiful cathedral. I want something a little less intricate to color tonight, I think. I'm not feeling that so much, but it's beautiful. One's a maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I'm looking for something a little bit more simple to color. This one is pretty simple. How do I feel about it? This is interesting tips and tricks. Do you want your art to be a riot of fun, bright tones, or are you interested in creating a more realistic image? Assemble your supplies and see what inspires you, and don't be afraid to change your approach as you work. Start with the paler colors first. This way, if you decide another color will work better, you'll find it easier to cover it. Try shading larger areas with the side of your pencil or doing a crosshatch pattern if you're using markers. Once you've filled in all the areas of the picture, think about adding a few more touches. Use a metallic pen to go over outlines or a clear glitter pen to highlight some areas. Interesting. I'm not sure. I was thinking pencils. I've got like a tin of my pastel coloring pencils, or yeah, over here. Oh, and you know what? All of my colored pencils are over there, so I could do that. I think that's more likely. Although I'm not sure. I think it also depends on the image I choose. I'm not so sure. All right, let me look through again and just pick one. The way to a pretty woman's heart is to buy her a fancy coloring book. Indeed. I mean, it doesn't hurt. You can also buy me jewelry, a house, land. What else? Don't buy me a house. I want a condo. Buy me a condominium. Yeah. But short of that, you can also buy me furs. You know, if you want to start with something smaller. I would love a nice black lamb, what is it? Lamb fur coat, you know, the Persian style lamb fur coat. Extra points if it's vintage and has one of those mink collars. Definitely could go for one of those. Maybe some like antique Victorian jet black mourning beads, like that would be nice. Looking for some of those. No, really. Just think, what would an exquisite, beautiful woman of taste and refinement like? I'll go for any of that. You know what? Okay. I wanted something with writing, but now I'm not so sure. Where was that one cross? I'm remembering a cross I saw. That's it. Yeah, I think this one that I showed before, I think that's the one tonight. Because I think it'll look good with like the pastel. Okay, so is this easy to rip out of here? No, I might not rip it out. I might just leave it up. Okay, so let's get set up a little bit better here. Geez, what else would I like? What else is on my wish list? I'd like to get a new wheelchair. I'd like to get a lightweight electronic one, because right now I have a scooter, but having a wheelchair that could be kind of collapsed more easily. Oof, pardon me for the noise there. That would be helpful. So yeah, I mean, the list is endless. There's so many ways to, you know, make a lady like me happy. So here's the drawing I was working on last time. It is still not finished. Indeed, you had better. Women are materialistic by nature. I mean, it's the way of things, you know. Let's see. My granddaughter loves to fly first class with her grandfather. They go to LA every year. I tell her, don't settle for anyone that can't fly you first class. Exactly. No, indeed. Flying is terrible. It's so uncomfortable. Indeed. I'm not having any guy try to fly me coach. Seriously, like how disrespectful. Come on. Let me have a little comfort. It's going to be horrible. Like getting through the airport is horrible. The whole shebang, like at least, get on the plane and not be, encumbered painfully. Have a little bit of room and comfort. It's not too much to ask. Let's see. I admire the confidence to know what you want. That's something I should do more often. One ought to know their worth. Indeed, one should. I mean, come on. Like, I think, I don't know. There's so much of this, like, talk online anymore about, women's standards and how they're, like, ridiculous. It's like, women are expensive by nature. You want to have a woman, you're looking at a woman is an investment, okay? But like having one is going to like push you to greater heights and greater levels. So because you do have to maintain them, it's the reality, but like it's good for you. I'm painting up my little nail here. It's snagged. I had to cut my nails. I don't know if you all noticed. They're very short. I had a couple of snags, unfortunately, that one of them was this thumb, and it's still snagged a little, but I could only cut it so short. So we're going to try to baby it until it grows out so I can actually file it that snag down, hopefully without it ripping across. Very unhappy about that, I have to say. Very unhappy about it. Don't fly me, coach. No, come on, that's horrible. Like, that's not too much to ask, I feel like, especially if you're flying a woman somewhere. Like, I can't do it anymore. It's so physically difficult to fly. Like, and for me, I have to go through so much to fly. Like, please don't do it unless, I'm going to be in a state of comfort. There's no point. As a man really has to know how to dance. It's good for you. I don't know, man. Romance ain't for the faint of heart. It is. I mean, this is, like I said, it's good for everyone. At the end of the day, it's good for everyone. Women having standards and expecting good treatment and, not accepting less is good for everyone. It really leads to a much better situation overall. So, yeah. I was in a chat the other day, and this man started hitting on me because I'm, one of the only girls in there. And by girls, I mean, just females. And he actually had the audacity to say he would take me out to McDonald's. And I was like, ooh, I don't eat that. And how dare you? And he's like, oh, coffee then. And I was like, stop talking to me. Please stop talking to me. And then he started like whining about his ex-wife and like, how awful women are. And I was like, if you're not, if you're not in a position to take a woman out for something more than McDonald's or coffee, don't talk to a woman. Like, you have other priorities. But the thing is, like, it's not as if he doesn't have that. He's just, nursing his wounds from some, like, old heartbreak where he feels like he was taken for a run financially. Like, who knows how his ex-wife feels about what she got out of the situation, how she fared in that situation. But anyway, like, it's, some guys become... Hello? Hello? It sounded like someone opened my door. It's not been the first time. Yeah, going and for me to go and check, it's like a big thing. It's not a little thing. Like, I'm in this chair, I have to get in my scooter. I mean, I might have, I probably did, but I mean, I might not have. I usually don't lock it until nighttime, before I go to bed. So it's probably been open. I don't think anyone's in here. It's a very small apartment. It's not like my taser's in the other room. I'm sure it'll be fine. I've had people accidentally open my door thinking it was a different apartment. So maybe that's the case. I also have kids that live across the street, or not the street, but the hallway. So I should always lock my door all the time. I don't think that was my cat. It sounded like my door opening. Where is my cat? He's right behind me. What's going on, Nee? No, he's on the chair behind me. Okay, little intermission. I'll go check. God, what a pain. I'm trying to chill out. Have some, like, weirdo opening my door. Like, I know I should always lock my door, but it's just, during the day, I don't think of it because I'm in here, like, before I go to bed. Yeah, like, but, ugh. Okay, let's see. Hot. Let's see. this. All right, I think we're okay, y'all. I think we'll be okay. How stressful. Let's see. Well, I grabbed my phone, so we're good. Oh, Southeast. Yeah, no, thank you. I have a friend that's moving soon, so I've been looking at apartment listings, and yeah, this one. I think we'll stay here for quite a while. I made you nervous? It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was whatever reckless ass neighbor of mine. I mean, my building's pretty secure, so there is security on site, and there is, the office is still open downstairs, and then what else? There's a fob system, so you have to have a fob to even get into the building. So it's secure to a certain degree, but I have had people open my door on accident before. So I had one of them, he came up to me later and apologized. He was on the wrong floor, but he saw me in the hall, I guess a couple weeks later. And he came up to me and was like, hey, that one time, that was me. I'm sorry. And he, immediately apologized. But this time, I think somebody just opened my door and quickly realized it was the wrong apartment and closed it. Yeah, I did get more into it, but it's it's what the heck? And I can't say I've never done that, because in my last building, I did go, I accidentally got off on the wrong floor and I wasn't paying attention. And they, every hallway was the same. So I just walked to my unit, but it wasn't my unit. And I tried to open the door, and I was it was locked. And then I looked up and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is not my apartment. So yeah, I can't say I haven't done that as well. So, but yeah, nothing human is alien to me. Thinks I should adopt a man child. See, but if I have a man child in my life, or a grown boy in my life, then he's going to scare off any potential real men. So that's not going to work. It's not going to work. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to get that. I don't want to get that. It's brutal out here. Okay, it is. It's it's real out here. Think about me. Think about what I have to go through. Oh, when I got up, I should have got my pencil sharpener. Dang it. I just saw it earlier. But yeah, you don't You don't want to have like, even if I lived in Mayberry, I'd have to be locked in. I don't know. I'm not generally fearful about things or people. I mean, maybe I should be more, but I'm just not like, but you know, that was definitely a spooky thing that happened. And I don't like things like that. So yeah, I will be locking my door. It's just irritating. Like, it's the daytime. I'm in here. I'm up and about. Like, why do I need to lock my door? You know, I don't have that mentality, I guess, but I guess I do. I do need to have that mentality because people are, you know, there are nefarious folks. It's 1 a.m. in Scotland. Oof. Ooh, I could never. Scotland. Ugh. Okay, honey, I've noticed something about Scottish people. Y'all tend to be underachievers. Just based on our conversation earlier, I didn't know you were Scottish, but I have noticed most of the Scottish people I know are like all like underachievers, and they blame, you know, they blame it on their being socialists or something. They're like, I'm a socialist. I'm like, well, then you should work harder. I'm like, really? You're a socialist? Do you know what would happen if we had a socialist revolution? Your ass would be working, not smoking pot. Thank you. In Canada, that's what they call it, locking it yourself in. I know. I remember watching like a Michael Moore documentary years ago. I can't remember which one, but I remember it was a Michael Moore documentary, and he was in Canada, and he like went up to different doors and like tried to open, and like a ton of them were unlocked. Like in these nice houses, people did not lock their doors, and they were like, "Excuse me." Excuse me. I mean, I'm thinking about it now. It's really a rude thing to do, like just to go up to people's doors and open them to see if they're locked or not. Like, what are you doing? Like, he did that, like comparing, you know, them to an American town, like that Canadian town to an American town, and like the difference in mentality or whatever of the people. But that was like over 20 years ago. I think that documentary was made. I think it was the one about uh, the gun one he did. What was that one? Bowling for Columbine? Maybe it wasn't Bowling for Columbine. It's been so long. Who knows? I didn't expect that perspective. I'm razzing you a little bit though too. We definitely are pretty much a social democracy. As for underachieving, yes, there is quite a stratified class system, but mobility is possible. I don't care what the class system is doing. What are you doing? You know? Yeah, I've noticed that too. A lot of drink and drugs taking. Like it's grim. I had an American friend move there recently. I'm like, ugh, you want to live in Scotland? I mean, it's beautiful, but the people are grim. And like, she's also like felt the need since moving there to become more like less flamboyant. She dresses less interestingly because people are always like making fun of her for having style. And like the people there don't like, I was just like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm glad to be an American. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be anything else. I would not want to be anything else. People talk bad about this country all the time, and I'm like, ugh, I can't imagine wanting to be anything else. What am I doing? Well, yeah, I hate when people are like, oh, the economy, oh, the class system. Like, come on. What are you doing? Nothing's going to change if you're not doing anything. I'm not picking on you specifically, but I'm saying like, like oftentimes people are like, oh, the economy is really bad. I can't, change my life around. I can't do this. It's like, stop waiting for life to give you a perfect situation to move into. It's never going to be that way. All right. You have to have a plan. You need to set your own goals and work towards them. And you need to stop worrying about who has what, what's against you, because none of that is going to help you. All of that is a distraction, and it's there to defeat you before you even begin. People really oppress themselves in their minds. But yeah, I mean, the class system is different, there as well. I know it's like more a part of people's psyche. Americans do have more of a sense that we can like change our circumstances. But honestly, like the stratification in the US is the same. We'll say that. Like a lot of people in the US never leave the class they're born into. Most that's the majority of the people's situation is they're born and die in the same class, often within 50 miles of where they were born. The people are grim. They're a bit grim, okay? It's cold up there. I can guarantee if you went to Glasgow, you would love it. That's where my friend is living right now. My friend that's getting picked on because she dressed too flamboyantly. And she was like, oh, yeah, I'm changing my style so I fit in better. I was like, ugh. And I was thinking about it. I was like, yeah, you know what? Scottish people don't really dress very well. Like they're very conformist. That's what we had this really interesting conversation. I was like, yeah, they're very like the individuality expression through clothing thing. Like you're going to stick out there. Cause they're not into that. Not enough. I am the captain of my own ship. Mine forged manacles. And Terry, I won't say what I could say about the US. Okay. There's nothing you could say about the US. It's the greatest country on earth. What are you going to say? At me. Come at me. Greatest country this side of heaven. All right. We got it all. We're huge. The people are freaking awesome. They're a little fat. Maybe they're a little ignorant. But it's a great country. I love being American. I wouldn't, like I said, wouldn't want to be anything else. Even if I ended up living in another country one day, I'd be happy, to be from here, because I think we have a particular character that is good. There's so many aspects about being an American that are, you don't really think about until you engage with people from other nations and you kind of see the difference, or like you go and visit other nations and it's just like, it makes you think about your own, what sets you apart as an American. And I've grown, I guess, seeing other countries and that kind of thing to appreciate how good we have it here, honestly. Like, we really do have it good here in a lot of ways. Obviously, there's room for improvement, but I am not one of those, like, Americans that talks down about this country. It's great here. We're blessed. There are a fair few cosmopolitan No, man, she knows what she's talking about. She's in it. She's been living there a long time now. Well, I guess about a year. There are a fair few cosmopolitan, affluent areas. We are stylish. I think maybe she's trying to engage with more like lower class people then. She's slumming it then when she needs to not. All the ports, shipping, waterways, and farmland, difficult for America to fail. I mean, we could be doing better for sure. Like, we could be manufacturing more here, but it's pretty great, all things considered. Like, I went to the UK. It's better here. Just like, I don't know. There's so many different things. I don't want to get into it. Nothing human is alien to me is arguing with me. My friend doesn't know what she's talking about. She has been made to feel like she needed to. I mean, she still dresses, with style to a degree, but she's kind of, had to tone it down a little bit. She's felt to fit in better. I mean, she's a goth chick, so you have to understand, like, she's going to stick out anywhere, but she was living in New York City before that, so I think it's just, a little bit more difficult. There is a horror show of Bohemia. Good for her. She wants a Glasgow Safari show. Indeed, there seem to be. Yeah. I mean, I know some people who live in Dundee, so like, I know how it gets Glasgow is pretty bright and shiny compared to Dundee. Like, you've got to be hard to live up there. Like, ugh. Oh my, like, I don't know how they do it. And, I have a friend who he lives in London now, but he spent his first years, like until the age of 11, living in Orkney. Like, I'm like, you lived up there in Orkney, in the Orkney Isles? Like, what? Brr. So cold. The hardy grim people outside of Glasgow, it's like Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Yeah, it's cold up there. It's windy. I was rewatching, I should say. There's this program. What's it called? Oh, it was done by Neil Oliver. Speaking of Scots, okay, he did a series on like the history of Scotland, the history of Britain. He did, one of each. And then he did a history of ancient Britain. So like basically looking at prehistoric, humans first coming to Britain, and then also like the Stone Age, and then the Bronze Age, the Iron Age, that kind of thing. And the last one was really interesting because it was, or the last one in the series was interesting because he went up to Orkney where they're excavating this like massive Stone Age site of like, there was a stone circle, and then there was this like kind of, I don't know, series of what seemed to be like they're not 100% sure, but they believe that these were like religious centers of worship. Let me see. I'm trying to think of the right word. Like, but these were like, so they had like a procession where they went from these different sites through the land up there, and they were talking about in this particular program about how Orkney was actually in the Stone Age, actually a center of culture. So Orkney, actually, that those islands up there were influencing main people in mainland. So this stone settlements and establishments, circles and religious centers were set up like hundreds and hundreds of years before Stonehenge. Like they predate that. So it was pretty fascinating to think, that Orkney was the center of trade and culture and like influence. And then they also like excavated, like they found a lot of different like ritual tools and that kind of thing, but they found like this necklace that belonged to a woman, and it was made out of jet beads, and it was like a collar. So they had a modern artist recreate it, and then they had the woman, like one of the female scientists that were on the program, like put it on, and it was like I'm sorry. It's been years since I've studied Korean. I can't read this, honey. I'm sorry, but good to see you here. I get compared looks-wise to Neil Oliver. I can't say I'm happy about that at all. Am I thinking of the right guy? He's good looking. He's like got dark hair, and he's in good shape, and he's running up and down the British Isles. He went to Ireland as well and looked at sites in Ireland that they found through the peat. Like the Stone Age agriculture and like settlements, it's really interesting how people set up their communities, and the kind of way that they set up these like, I don't know how to describe it, but they like right on the coast there in Ireland, as you approach this guy who just was digging peat, like started hitting stone, and they started like going through and going through and finding like all of these stone, I guess fences or something. I don't know how else to describe them, that were set up around the land. So, you would have had like different areas for pasture, and for, fields for growing. I was like, whoa, it's amazing. And people were doing this prior to having metal. This was prior to metal. It's very interesting. But it means like I look like a history teacher. And and what do you want to look like? A gym coach? PE teacher? Math teacher? Come on. Eventually we all become some kind of teacher. Like, history isn't bad. I look like an art teacher. We Scots invented the modern world. Well, no, this was the Stone Age. So it's the ancient world. And it was people from Orkney. What are they called? Oh, I can't remember the term now. Imagine living up there. It must be cold. Just, ugh. It's cold enough here. The pics. Yeah, the pics. The pics. Yeah, okay. We do not call people who live in Orkney the pics. Not in many years. Grim. Yeah. Yeah, we call them grim. I don't know. I think people of Orkney might be a little bit more like, I don't know. I think people in Orkney have a lot of Viking heritage now, don't they? Like, I feel like Orkney was one of those places that had a lot of Vikings come in and settle as well and interbreed. I learned a lot from watching these. I tell you, Neil Oliver taught me a lot from these series, and I have watched them more than once. Like, I'd already watched this ancient history, but it came up on my thing, and I was like, well, let's revisit it. Because I'm like that. I like to watch the same things over again. But yeah, it's interesting, like the kind of minds they had in the Stone Age, because like they mined stone. So there's still like remnants of these mines where, people would go in and dig up flint, for example, because flint was used for all kinds of things. And it was, it could easily be made sharp, chiseled into a sharp thing, so you could make axes out of it and things like that. And it was just, yeah. And then the kind of, I'm trying to think, like from the Stone Age to the Bronze and Iron Ages. Those are interesting as well. Oh, thank you. I love you. I want to meet you. I missed you so much. Oh, dang, I love. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for translating it for me. That's very nice. Oh, I've been around. I've been, around. I love, and the Korean women I've met have been amazing. Like, just so awesome. I'm so grateful that I, got to meet women from the Escape the Corset movement, and, that they introduced me to a lot more Korean women. And I've gone on to meet Korean women living in the US, who are, just because of that, it was really a great experience that I'm grateful for. Like, having those women translate some of my work, even though, I'm not I'm not on the same page anymore. It's still what an experience. Like, what a cool experience that I got to, meet those women and work with them, and, and meet others too. Like, I've made friends here in the US with women who, live and work here, who are Korean nationals. So it's cool. Yeah, let me tell you, they're intimidatingly smart, because you imagine going to live in another nation and to do the kind of work they do, all in a second language. I just think you have to have a lot of grit as a person to make such a life for yourself. It's really impressive. So anyway, oh. I wanted to go to Korea, but now I don't think it would be such a good idea. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll make it. But my heart. Oof, oof. It's getting kind of cold. I'm wondering if I should put on a sweater. Yeah, Neil Oliver. What a dude. You know what I was learning about recently too was the Skelligs. They're these two islands off of the western coast of Ireland, and there's two of them. One of them is inaccessible, like you can't actually get onto it by boat, but the other island has this settlement on it that was a monastery, and tourists can go up and visit it. It's quite a big deal. Like they have these round sort of buildings made of stone, and they have these massive stairs, stone stairways. One of them is inaccessible now. It's like not safe to walk on, but the other one is accessible, and tourists go there like every year. So that was pretty interesting. The Skelligs, learning about that settlement there. It's kind of shrouded in some mystery. People aren't exactly sure how it was used. Or what exactly they did there at this monastery. But just think, man, it looked really brutal. My God, you're living on this tiny little island on the west coast of Ireland. It looks cold. It looked cold. I don't know, like people must have been cold so much back then. They must have just, I don't know how they lived. Being so cold. They must have been just like wrapped in wool all the time, and just even in the middle of summer, it looks cold. Oh, I don't think I've watched Time Team. Maybe I have. It sounds a little familiar. I am no Neil Oliver. The guy is actually intelligent. Okay, well, I'll keep holding out for Neil Oliver then. I have done worse. He seems like quite a catch. I don't know. Silly. And he's a great host, I have to say. Like, of all the kind of documentaries of that kind I've watched, he's one of the best. Like, he's just riveting, I'll say. I think they did one about Ireland too, yeah, but he didn't host it. It was someone else. So they did a like history of Ireland as well. So yeah, they have one about Britain. Maybe it's England. I'm not sure. England and Scotland and Ireland. Wonder if they have one about Wales. I'd be watching that. I wonder who would host it. I was at church on Sunday, and somebody said that St. Patrick came from England, and I was like, no. Or they said he was English. I was like, no, he was Welsh. That was a funny moment. I was like, I got to insert myself there, like, actually, I was like, you are correct. He was not Irish, but Wales is not England. And if you call a Welshman an Englishman, they're not gonna like it. So anyway, it was me being silly. Oh, you're a descendant of the Cheddar Man. I've heard of the Cheddar Man. I've heard of that. This is an interesting question, who my favorite saint is. I don't know if I really have a favorite. I've prayed to some different saints. There's Saint Dymphina. I prayed to her. I lit a candle to her once. I got one of her candles and lit it up, and that was pretty spooky, actually. The candle kind of caught on fire, and the fire was whirling in it. It was a little bit spooky. Saint Lazarus is a big one. I've prayed to him multiple times back in the day when I was praying to saints. I don't really pray to saints now. But Lazarus is, I would say probably Lazarus, Dymphina. Who else have I prayed to? Saint Barbara. Saint Expedite, who is not a Catholic saint, but a folk saint. Yeah, I don't know. That's a hard question. I don't know. I think I've answered it. I mean, I don't really have one anymore. Let's see, 8th millennium. So Cheddar Man was like, that would have been pre 8th millennium. So that would have been before the agricultural revolution. Isn't it wild to think that like your people were there for that long? Or that, I don't know. It's kind of crazy to think like, wow. One of my ancestors was this corpse that was found. But hey, it's cool too. It's really cool. I had a friend who had her, she got her, what is it called? Like she got her, it's like that testing that they do, like, what is it? Like genetic testing? I'm not sure, but she found out that she was a descendant of Robert the Bruce. I was like, nice. To be fair, this tiny island is to blame for your big island. What big island? What big island? Tiny island to blame for my big island. What are you talking about? 23andMe. I don't know if that's the service you use, but yeah, it was like one of those things. What's this? Do you mean like the island of Britannia is responsible for the existence of America because Britons were just a part of the parceling of the land. So I would just say like, different nations took different pieces of this land. So, the Spanish had a big influence, the Portuguese, the French, obviously the English, Scottish were pretty big in like the islands. So, too, I mean, sorry, planet Earth. Indeed. Oh, nobody's here. Hi, nobody. Welcome. I'm nobody. Who are you? Are you nobody too? Oh, I can hear the rain coming down. Trump is half Scottish. It makes sense. Yeah. He's Scottish and I think of German extraction as well. Let me tell you, the Germans I've met, they do not hold back. They'll tell you exactly what they think. They've got no filter. I don't know if it's a cultural thing or just the people I've been lucky to meet. Donald Trump. Was he number 45 and possibly number 47? We shall see in the coming year. We are quite passive aggressive. Use politeness as a disguise for seething hatred. Super healthy. This is Scottish, right? Yeah. It's kind of like that here too. Yeah, people can be pretty passive aggressive here, but I don't know. That was one thing about the culture here in Portland when I first moved here that I was like, whoa, people are passive aggressive. But you know what? Now I've become like them. I don't know if I have. Maybe to a certain degree. It's inevitable. I feel like there's a happy medium. Yeah. I know I've had that happen though with British people where they were just being too polite instead of just telling me to like F off. And I didn't get the hint. So embarrassing. And then like later I realized I'm like, oh my God, they were trying to get rid of me. And I was just being dumb. I totally had that happen once. They were like, oh, well, Terri, you look cold. Like maybe you should go like back inside. And I was like, no, I'm fine. Why not just tell me to F off? But they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. That would have been better. Like, and I totally did, like, I wasn't even thinking, like, like, oh, they're trying to get rid of me. How embarrassing for me. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, it's mean to a certain degree, but like, I think they just wanted to have a private conversation. And I was kind of like, you know, kind of like, they didn't know how to politely tell me that. Or I don't know, but then again, it's like, I'm not going to take it personally if you want to have a private conversation. And if I'm not getting it, like, I'm totally, because people misread that. When you're being polite like that, people can misread it, and then it's even more awkward. So I don't really understand communicating in that way. I don't think it's helpful, honestly. And I usually can pick up on it, but like, not all the time. And it's not like I would have been offended if they just told me, oh, like, we want to have a private conversation. I would have been like, oh, okay. I think they were under the impression that would have been like, it wouldn't be rude. That's not rude. But like, I find that more rude to just kind of like continually try to get rid of me politely instead of just being blunt. Like, I don't know. It's because like later, as I kind of like put it together, I was like, oh my God, like I felt worse about it. Like, I felt worse about it than I would have if they just told me like, we kind of want to talk to each other. They were being grim. They were being so grim. Very grim way to behave. I did not appreciate it. Because it's embarrassing. Like, later on, I'm like, oh, I didn't pick up on a social cue, but like, I don't know. It's all for the best. Those people aren't in my life anymore. It's all good. They used to be important. They're not now. But yeah, it can be so annoying, those kind of like communication differences between cultures. It can be so awkward sometimes. And sometimes it's not even culture. Sometimes it's just, different personalities. It's ugh. But I feel like I do all right most of the time. My eek. It's not good. It's not, I don't like feeling that way. It makes me uncomfortable. It's like, I feel like I'm relatively hip and with it. And then it's just like, I have those like you have those little situations in life where you like look back and you're like, oh, I didn't get it. I wasn't with it. I wasn't picking up what people were putting down. Oh no. Ooh. Ooh, how cringe. Oh, I was listening to that video again because someone commented. I received a few comments on my video that I did last week or the week before, responding to the woman talking about accepting her fat body. And in it, she said something about how like cringe doesn't exist. Like, she said it's not a real thing. It's just something that we made up. And I beg to differ. I beg to differ very strongly. First off, like, I love cringe humor. all of my favorite like comedies, that kind of thing, are cringe humor. Like I dig it. I like to watch and like feel like the embarrassment of the characters. That is good. That to me is good stuff. Like cringe is real. Um and yeah, I have had times in my life where I'm cringe, and I think that was just one of them where I was like, looking and I was like, "Ooh, this will be embarrassing when I watch my life, when my life flashes before my eyes. This will be one of the cringy moments." Uh, oh, it was too cringe to watch her. Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, I was watching again. I was like, like I don't know. I don't usually do response videos. I'm glad I did that one. Like, I'm glad I did that one. I probably will do more responses in the future, even though it's not my like genre of video. But yeah, I did find it like I was watching it. I was like, this is this lady is off the mark in so many ways, so many ways. And I don't know. Just, yeah, again, like the toxic positivity. Somebody on Facebook posted about that today, like one of my Facebook friends. She was like, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I know it when I experience it. Like she wasn't sure how to explain it, but when she experiences it, she knows. And I said something that's like, it sounds good, but it leaves a farty smell in the air when you experience it. It's just, you know, it sounds things sound great, they sound good, but they're not. They're all just coping. Like I think that's a lot of it too. A lot of the like toxic positivity is just coping. People just coping instead of like dealing with reality. I know, especially, I don't even know what diagnosis that would be to not. I mean, self cringe. Oh, I hate self cringe though. I prefer to. I prefer other people to make me cringe. I don't like cringing at myself. Oh man. Oh man, yeah. Their wheel fell off. That must have been awful. And then you went down. It's funny how that happens. Like those little moments, like, oh. Oh, I used to love to go to the skating rink. Middle school, the skating rink was where it was. That was, I mean, but I didn't like going there so much. Like, I went maybe like a handful of times during middle school, and it was always like some big event, like we were all going together. But I didn't really like the roller rink because like the bathrooms, first off, you like would wheel into the bathrooms and there were no doors on the stalls. So like if you were in the first or second stall and somebody left the third stall, people would wheel past you while you were sitting there doing your business. No privacy. Mm-mm. Not nice. I wasn't very good at skating though. Like I wasn't really ever very athletic. I tried different things, but like I never really took to it much. I just couldn't do a lot of things. So, but I did skate, I did all right. I had fun. I couldn't do like the cool like limbo things, I didn't have the balance that some people did where they could like squat down really good and go under. I think I tried it once and like ended up falling down. I didn't like getting hurt, that was a big thing. Like, and falling at the skating rink hurts. It hurts bad. I think too, I was kind of like middle school as well. Like puberty was rough on me. I was big and awkward. It was always like the small people that could like do the really cool stuff. And then, I just, it wasn't for me. But yeah, the roller rink at middle school. My friend Leah, she goes to the roller skating quite a bit actually. She does it pretty regularly. It's one of her pastimes. There's a number of places to go in town. But I always associate it with middle school and well, I am lovely now and kind, yes. I wasn't so lovely back then. I was kind of full of vinegar. I probably was kind though. I'll say that. I probably was kind. Now, if I think about myself correctly, like I wasn't ever a nasty person too much, but nastier. But those were rough days. I mean, it's not nice to be. It's really not nice to have to be in middle school. I mean, that's just not a nice age, period. I would not want to be that age again. Okay. Thank you. That is nice. It's nice to know that my things have improved in some ways. Ooh. That is smooth. This color comes out a lot smoother than the last one. Ow. Oof. Moving myself a little bit here. Oof. Okay, let's see. I do think some of those moments seared into our memories help us appreciate the now. Indeed, indeed. Indeed. Yeah, it does do that too. It teaches us not to take ourselves too seriously. I'm going to close this. This has been up long enough. I mean, see if I can get my, there we go. Maybe move this over slightly. Yeah, I definitely appreciate now a lot more. It's not really picking up any of the colors. I went through with the light blue and I'm doing the slightly darker blue. But we'll see, maybe it'll pick it up a bit. Yeah, I did. I colored a big part. Okay, so you see it? I don't know. I'm not seeing it so well. Okay, good. Yeah. Ooh, that is smooth. Hmm. So nice. Hmm. It's 5:56. Okay, I think I'll keep going a little bit longer. I've been on 3 hours, y'all. 3 hours. The time flies by. I mean, I did accomplish a lot today, though. I wrapped the presents. I did my cards, and now I'm doing this. Not bad, I have to say. Quite impressive. Quite impressive. Hmm. 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 Yeah, the door moment was that was wild. That was a moment. It was like, please leave my apartment. Please do not enter my apartment without knocking. And even if you knock, like, wait. Don't just knock and enter. But yeah, I should know better. I should have had the door locked too. Like there was a news story happening out in the suburbs here recently of a woman who had this neighbor like going up to her door and like doing threatening things. It was in this apartment complex. It was like an open apartment complex, you know. Mine is closed, so it's a building you have to get into and then get into the apartments on the various floors. But this was one of those ones where, you know, you can drive up and, you know, each door is accessible pretty much from the outside. There's no security like that. But anyway, yeah, one of her neighbors was like being threatening and menacing for like no reason. She didn't know the guy. And I guess I don't remember exactly what happened, but I think he attacked her or something. Like, ooh, this is scary. Like, and she was a single woman with a kid. Like, I just think about that. Like, ooh. But then again, like I try not to get like too spooked about that kind of thing, because I know some women who are just like a little bit too paranoid, and they let like their fear maybe make them a little bit too um insular, maybe that's the word I'm looking for, or like any sound they hear, or like they're just afraid like of like something's gonna get them. It's I don't want to live that way. I don't want to have that kind of mindset, but but there are freaking weirdos out there, you know. In my last apartment complex, as I was, you know, preparing to move out, like the last month of being in there, I pissed off a crazy guy, and he was just causing me all kinds of hassle. Like he was threatening me. He even like hit me. Like one day I was out in the street and he saw me, and he like, this was not in the building. He came up to me while I'm on my scooter, and he had this t-shirt or something, and he like flung it at me, like hitting me with it. I was just like, and he was just being awful. Like I was like, stay away from me. Like, you know, when he came up to me, and I was reaching for my pepper spray, but like he was way faster than I could be. And he just like, yeah, he did that. And then I was like, I'm going to get you like, what did I say to him? I said I was going to get him like, evicted. And he's like, yeah, right, Linda, or something. Like he called me like Linda or Susan. I can't remember, some name like that. Like it was just, anyway. I haven't seen him in a long time because I didn't move far away. I was seeing him like occasionally. But I think he did get evicted because I wasn't the only person. Like I wasn't the only woman. Not only that, I wasn't the only disabled woman that he was like being a menace to and threatening. And like he just started like out of well, this is the other thing about it too. Like I noticed he had problems with other people. And one day, like I was coming in the morning. Like I went out in the morning to run an errand before work started, and he noticed me coming in, and he went up and like pushed the button to let me in. And I said, thank you. And then like he went and sat down on the chairs. And then I went to my mailbox, which, you know, they were near each other. And then he's like, I've seen you walk before. And I was like, I didn't even respond to that. I was just like, this is what I said. I said, you know, you open your mouth when you need to keep it closed. So I shouldn't have said that. I mean, it wasn't, I should have just like let him have his little anger at me, because he got hit by a car like the year before. And he was, you know, on crutches and that kind of thing. Like you can't like reason with somebody like that, you know, and he was able to walk, like, you know, if nothing else, you can still see who steals your Amazon packages. That doesn't really happen. We have a secure system for our Amazon packages. They go into a lockbox. So Amazon delivers them into these different lock boxes, and then we have to go and put in our codes and get them out. Yeah, or if the thing is like way big, then they may leave it at your door. But I think I would notice something like that more. So it's no big deal. But yeah, he was scaring me, that guy, because he just kept getting like, every time I saw him after that, he got more and more aggressive. Like the next time I saw him after that, he like I came in the back door and he was going out the front door, and there was like these two glass doors. So it was like one door, and then you have to like use your fob to get in the second door. He was in between the two. He saw me, and he like slammed his like hands on the glass, and then he like flipped me off. Like, and then the next time I saw him, that's when he like hit me with the shirt. And that's, I reported him after the second incident, because I was already feeling like, I mean, who does that? Who slams the glass and flips you off he just saw me. I didn't do anything. He was psycho. So yeah, there's crazy people out here. For real. Like, although, yeah, I told him when I told him I'm gonna get you evicted, he was like, yeah, right, I'm federally protected. So I guess he has like some sort of mental disability, so he thinks he can just behave whatever way he wants. But yeah, I reported him, and I told the people in the office what happened, and they asked me to fill out like, a formal complaint because they were trying to get him evicted because he was causing trouble for other people. But yeah, it got around that he attacked me. And then so the other people in the building, like like the smokers especially, I started coming in through the back because it's just like easier that way. And they would like let me know if he was in there. He used to hang out in like the lobby all the day long too. It's just like no life, just hanging out in the lobby. Menacing people. But yeah, the day he attacked me was like the day I started moving in here too. Like it was, ugh. I started moving some stuff over that morning. Then I like called my friends and was like, oh, they brought me a taser, which I still have. And like they escorted me a couple times that day. It was just moving little things over at that time. I still want a way to watch the Watchers. Are you talking about like a Ring camera? I'm in an apartment complex. They have cameras. I'm not setting up a camera, y'all. Come on. No. No. If it were a little bit like, no. But for the situation I'm in, no, I'm not doing that. It's not for me. It's not the time for that. Maybe in another, my building won't always have my best interest if they are liable. Well, why would they? What do you mean? Yes, Dee Dee, I will lock my door. Especially now, like that's not the first time that somebody's opened my door. Like I said, I've had it happen before. It's just, what the heck? Go in your own apartment. Stay out of mine. I know it's great in here. We've got me, we've got Nero. It's a great place, but Oof. Oh. Come on, y'all. Oh. But why would my building be liable if, like, one of my neighbors did something? I will say there are some like storage units on this floor, and I think I've talked about my scary old neighbors that would always fight with one another. I had people living next door who were very loud and they fought like every day, and the woman was very shrill and the guy would like cry all the time. It was just horrible to listen to because I can't. I get scared when I hear men crying. It's not natural, it's not normal, it's not right. Okay, nobody died, you should not be crying, period. Especially not over like, your girlfriend being mean. Like, it's just it was gross. But anyway, I guess he had some of his stuff in one of the storage lockers and it got broken into, and I like came home when that happened, and he was like, again, same dude, like the over emotional like crying dude was like screaming about it. I'm so glad they moved out. Now just thinking about it, I'm like, God, yeah, he was screaming, like just making, and like he was screaming and like he like collapsed onto the ground, onto his butt. And he was like a massive dude. Okay. He was like, had to be at least 200 pounds and like 6'3" at least. This guy is just like, get it together. Like, I'm like, you're that big and you don't have control of your emotions. You're dangerous. Like, I don't know. Anyway, they were so loud. I remember them, like, when I started to hear them talk about moving out, I was like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Hmm. Hmm. Which color book is this one? This is the Bible one. So, yeah, I got this just at the store today. Bible coloring. Oh, hey, this is the image on the cover. And they're doing it different than I'm doing it. Oh, no. I hope I do it right. I'm concerned. Yeah, I've got my cards here. I won't forget them because I've got my little bag over here too. I'm not sure though what purse I'm going to use. So I'm excited about these cards. Don't make people's day. Going to be like, oh, I have a card for you. Hold on a second. Obviously, I will dig the card out and then like it's nice. Oh, I'm glad to be like more in the spirit. Like I spent so many years not celebrating Christmas at all, or like just, feeling kind of left out of it. And it's like last year I got more in the spirit, and then this year I'm getting more like it's nice. It feels good. A friend of mine bought the sunglasses that show you people's Facebook accounts. That's not a fun moment in history. What? Sunglasses that show you people's Facebook accounts? What? Sunglasses? Is there like a screen in the sunglasses? How does that work? I'm so confused. Like I'm trying to think like how would that work? I've seen like goggles. I've seen like those weird goggles that people wear, and then it's like the the internet is like on a screen or something. Yes, it uses facial recognition with the cameras and the sunglasses. So like you'll just like see a person and then their Facebook will come up. Ugh. Ugh. How unsettling. Who the hell wants that? Like who wants that? Yeah, I don't like the sound of that. It's just plain lazy. Like just turn on your phone. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it is lazy. I can't get into there's that Siri or people like talk to their phones or like I don't know the assistant like I have a friend who does it. She'll be like, "Siri, play this song." And then the song comes up and I'm like that's too much for me. I'm like no, I'm not doing that. That's no. It's too lazy for me. I can't. I gotta type it in myself. Nero's been quiet this stream. Isn't that incredible? He didn't kick off once. Video, God, what a boring. Like, is anybody's day that interesting? I mean, the highlights are usually moments that you wouldn't think to record until after the moment passes. Like, I don't know. It doesn't, again, it seems like a technology that I will not be interested in. I mean, there's certain times when it's like, oh, you're going to sing happy birthday to somebody, I guess. But you can start recording with your phone when that happens too. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't want my sunglasses to do it. You know what I mean? Beautiful. Yeah, he's just sleeping peacefully behind me. He's just chilling. Occasionally he'll like when the door opened, or whatever that was. Maybe it wasn't the door opening, maybe it was something else. But yeah, he kind of woke up then, but then he went back to sleep. I did feed him like right before going live, though. He got his lunch. And you know what he got? The other day I bought some treats for him. Now, he doesn't usually get treats, but I figured, you know, he can have some treats. He'll, you know, often right around bedtime, you know, when I'm getting ready to go to bed, or as I get into bed, he'll start kind of kicking up, like wondering why he didn't get more food, asking for another can of food. And then I'm like, okay, I'm not giving you another can of food, but I can give you like a handful of treats. I think that's fair. Fair compromise. So that way, you know, he gets a little something in his belly, but it's not too much. I just want to please him. I just want to be a good human for him. I don't know. All right, y'all. I think it's time for me to head off. I've been on here for like 3.5 hours, and yeah, I appreciate all of you hanging out with me, though, listening to Christmas music, doing festive activities, and being in the spirit. It was nice. I think we had a good conversation overall, and I had fun. So I guess until next time, I wish you all well, and I look forward to seeing you all later. So take care and have a good night. Oh, look who is here. Didn't even say hi. Phil shows up. How many times have I done that with you, though? Like, you're like wrapping up and I just happen to pop in the chat. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Well, you know, it was nice. I wrapped presents, and I did Christmas cards, and now I'm coloring and just chatting. We had a fun chat, but I've been on long enough. I think it's time for me to kind of do some other things. Get away from my desk, maybe have a shower, you know, and get ready for bed, because it's cold and rainy out, and I just, yeah, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling like being up much longer. I feel like, you know, get kind of cozy and get myself into bed, I think will be the best. I recommend an early night for everyone. There's nothing, I mean, I love that. I'll say that I really love that about wintertime. I don't care. I will go to bed. I will go to bed. Sometimes in wintertime, like I'll get off work and then I'll just be like, nah, I'm going to bed. And it's awesome. It's awesome. Like, the sun isn't out pressuring me to stay up. It's dark. It's cold. Like, I'm getting in bed. People like talk about it as if it's so funny the way people talk about like winter as well. And they talk about like depression. And I'm like, or they'll call it that. And I'm like, you're not depressed. It's winter. Okay. You're not depressed. You're cold. Get your ass in bed and get some sleep. You're cold. Oh, okay. Phil's going to be going live on Wednesday. Okay, I'll try to make it. You usually go live after my Bible study, so I'll probably be able to make it. Oh, you're going to visit your aunt. That's so nice. That's so nice. It's nice. I love Christmas. Wait, so Phil's going to see your aunt for Christmas. Dee Dee, do you have any Christmas plans? Anybody else want to share their Christmas plans? Because I don't have any. It's going to be a quiet day. Maybe I'll make some plans, but you know, no real family around, so at least not nearby, and I don't have it in me to travel, so and I don't think anybody's coming to see me. So I have had people like travel to visit me though, so on Christmases past, like that has happened, and it's been a joyous occasion. But like, yeah, I don't know. I think day of, I might make a nice meal or something. But I think I have to like work the next day. It's just not. I'm not looking forward to it. All right. Well, Phil is going to be visiting the aunt, but yeah, I'm like working. I didn't take any time off for Christmas. I did take some time off early this month, last week, and I think I have next Tuesday off, but I'll be working for the rest of the year because I've scheduled all my PTO, and yeah, I'll be taking time off for my birthday though in January, so I'll probably take a few days off for that. It's on a Monday, so I'll probably take like a 4 or 5 day weekend just to celebrate that. Although I was planning to do like a big shebang for my birthday, like have a karaoke party. And like last year I planned a party, like an arts and crafts party, which was very fun. But like I'm not feeling up to it this year. I don't know, maybe my feeling will change. I'll get more in the birthday spirit, but I'm kind of like I'd rather just save my resources and like because like planning a party like where you invite and like feed and take care of other people is a lot. I'd like rather just like be spoiled, honestly, and like chill with myself. Maybe I'll like do something small. Like I thought maybe I'll bake some brownies and like I don't know, invite a friend or two over and like do something like very small like that. Maybe have a small dinner or something. Or order some pizza. But I don't know. Even like last year, maybe we could do like a smaller thing. I don't know. Even now that I'm like saying it out loud, I'm like, I don't want to do that. I think I just want to like be spoiled and spend my money on presents for myself and take some time off of work. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I've been blabbing. Phil saying hi kind of got me going another 10 minutes or so. So thank you for showing up and saying hi. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll be back again another day. So take care.